flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, when this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. Welcome to Talladega Super Speedway for the final race of the top 8 drivers. 8 drivers trying to make it into the next round. We'll make that 7 drivers because DJ Anderson punched his ticket to Homestead last week. Who's going to go to the round of Final 4? We're about to find out here in just a few moments. A little update. We will tell you who is in it. Right now we know for sure DJ Anderson looking like he will make the next round. James Skelton tried to make it over. He's second in points. Eric Johnson, James Heater, Jason Wells, Richard Murdoch, Tim Blum, Max Terriot, and the ones that are scheduled right now to be eliminated, Jason Wells, Richard Murdoch, Tim Blum, Max Terriot, your final 8 that could be eliminated. We got to see. Right now 2 points separate Jason and James, into the round of 4. So we'll see who is going to transfer over. We'll know once this race goes on. It could be a big night tonight because last time we raced a super speedway, well, it wasn't exactly the cleanest race. We've had a lot of clean races this season. However, the super speedway seemed like that's where the issues come in. We had, I think it was 7 cautions. I want to make sure of this. I believe it was 7 cautions the last time we raced at a restrictor plate race back at Daytona. That was way back on July 10th. We had 7 cautions for 24 laps. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen here. Talladega, way different, a lot more wider, and honestly, there's a lot less cars in here compared to what there was back then. We only had 12 drivers last time, finished on the lead lap after a big one took out a lot of guys early on in the race. So we'll see what happens here. First off, let's get a look real fast at our weather before we go to our national anthem. 80 degrees, wind mile an hour out the northeast at 5 miles per hour. That is gusting, by the way. Then you got 106 degree track temp here at Talladega. We'll be right back right after our national anthem. You know, sometimes when it comes to restrictor plate racing, you don't think of cars being too tight, but these drivers are going to be facing a little bit of a push on the longer runs. It does start to push up, especially in the tri-oval. That's really where you got to watch it. The tri-oval probably the toughest, I'm going to call it a turn because it pretty much is, probably the toughest turn or toughest section, I guess, on this track that these drivers will face. You never know what could happen coming through the tri-oval, pushing up a little bit. Somebody coming down the side draft could be a big issue. Also, we're looking at about 20 laps or so on fuel mileage. So it's a little low. We're looking at possibly a 3-stop race for fuel mileage. If some guys can push it over a little bit, maybe go 22 laps, they could have a chance on making this a 2-stop race. Of course, this race is fairly short, only 65 laps. So got to watch out for the tightness of the car, especially on the longer run, and fuel mileage could be a big issue. And we know how big of an issue it is here at Talladega. I think everybody has an idea at Talladega how tough it is to get on pit road, coming from 200 miles an hour all the way down to 55 or 60 miles per hour going into pit road. It's tough. So we'll see. Qualifying about to get started. Qualifying here, of course, is open qualifying, I do believe. And 10-minute long qualifying. So anything can happen in qualifying. You just never know. I'm sure we'll see some teammates get together. I did mention DJ Anderson is already locked into the round of 4. He is not here tonight. He's actually on vacation. However, he is in here spotting for one of his teammates. Um, I believe, who was it? I know who it was, and James Skelton. That's right, James Skelton. That's who he's spotting for. So, first car going out onto the track. Richard Murdoch coming in here, trying to get into the next round. He has 6 points right now, 4 points out of the good. So he's going to have a solid run to get into the final 4. But we'll see how the 01 can do as he works out onto the track. You're going to see a lot of guys running the high line. And I think actually this might not be open qualifying. I think it is single car qualifying. I don't see nobody really together on track, so. Okay, so yeah, it does look like it's a single car qualifying during Talladega, I'm pretty sure. So Leo Bourdage out on track as well. Joshua Buckley just missed the round of 8. Has yet to get a win this season, though. Been very fast at times. Should have honestly won a couple races this season. We'll see how he does. Has he got damage? He does got a little damage, it looks like, on the side of that car. We'll see. That's probably going to hurt him a little bit. The 86, James Skelton. As I mentioned, is coming in here. He is currently second in the points, looking to try to advance to the round of 4 at Homestead. Should be fun next week. As James Skelton works out of the tri-oval, he will start his green flag lap. Probably run the high line once again, and then he'll move down to the bottom on his lower lap. I believe Richard Murdoch. A lot of these drivers are now on their second lap, I believe. No, most of them still on their first lap. I don't see nobody yet on their out lap. Max Terriot's going to need a big race tonight. He's coming in here 8th right now. So honestly, he's probably going to have to try to get a first or second. Hope one of these guys or a couple of these guys in front of him either wreck out or have just a bad finish. We do got enough cars in here where that could happen. I believe there's about 19 cars, I believe. Give or take on that. There could be more. I will find out more once everybody starts to qualify. Let's hop on board and ride with James Heater in the number 18 car. Try to run this camera right here quite a bit. This is more like a helmet cam for these guys, so it's pretty cool. Be able to see exactly what he sees from inside the car. Something else to keep a mind on, I guess you could say, is will these cars overheat? The longer you stay tucked up behind somebody. James Heater qualifies in the 9th spot. Let's hop over with Tim Blum in the 9-10, looking to try to have a good run tonight as well. But yeah, some of these guys going to have to keep an eye on heating issues. The longer you stay drafted or tucked up behind another car, that usually works for about 10 laps or so before you've got to pull out a line and get some fresh air to the nose of your car. Watching Tim Blum right now, the 910 car, a rookie this season, did make the chase, so that's a big win. I believe out of all these guys, I don't think very many rookies actually made the chase that I'm aware of. You see Tim running that low line. Basically, even on your out lap, you do not even want to touch the brake. I don't really know if it affects heat in the brakes or not, but we don't even want to be a tenth of a mile an hour slower, I guess, just a little bit slower than the guys that's running full throttle. Do not even want to tap the brakes. So most of these guys will not. We'll probably pull in the 910 here in just a moment as well and talk to him as he's coming through the tri-oval. And you can see the start-finish line way down here at the other end. Get ready to go into turn 1. Tim Blum qualifies in the 3rd position. Max Terriot on track. currently 6th place. And this is his second lap. Actually, he's going to go ahead and bring it down pit road. So it looks like that's where he qualified. So what we're going to bring in this guy right here in just a moment. We're going to make sure he's not going to keep running before we do. Tim, of course, right now, 7th in points. It looks like he may bring this car down pit road. You can see that's going to be an issue right there. 55 miles an hour is your pit road speed tonight. He's just going to go a little bit faster, but it's okay. Where's it 60? I don't know. We'll find out. Let's bring in Tim. Hey, Tim, you got me?
Hey, Adam, how's it going?
Pretty good, man. Well, a couple questions first off. You come in here tonight 7th in points, and Talladega is a place where anybody can win. How comfortable are you racing around other cars, especially in a pack like this?
Well, it'll be a little uncomfortable. You never know who might be around you or who might not be hooking up right, and it's real easy to get caught up in someone else's mess, or even when they just get a little sideways, it can catch you up in it. So it'll be unnerving, but I'll be right in the middle of it.
How much of the chase is on your mind tonight when you're in these races? This is the last race before Homestead. Are you looking at certain guys that you know you can work with, or is it pretty much go out there and just see what happens?
It's pretty much go out there and see what happens. I've raced with these guys all season, but I haven't raced with them on a plate track yet, so it'll be interesting to see.
All right, man, I know you got a lot on your plate tonight. Go out there and see if you can put it in victory lane, because I'll be honest, if you make it to the Final Four, it's going to be fun to watch you at Homestead. We know you're fast, so go out there and see what you can do.
Thanks, will do.
All right, buddy. That was Tim Blum. Next up, I want to bring in another chase driver right on the bubble, Max Terriot, if he is not on the track. I don't think he is. We'll bring in Max. Hey, Max, you got me?
Yep, I got you.
All right, man. 7th right now in qualifying. We know, qualifying don't really mean too much here at Talladega. You're one of the guys that's going to have a good night because of the chase, and that's why I wanted to bring you in here and ask you about it. Coming into tonight, how much of that is on your mind, knowing we have to come to Talladega? How much are you thinking about the chase while you're in the race car at this track?
I'm not thinking about the chase that much. I'm just hoping, first of all, to have a clean race, and if I can be in the lead pack at the end of the race and have a shot at it, that's pretty much what I'm hoping for. So far this season, it's been kind of inconsistent, so I'm not, even if I don't make it, it's not a big surprise. But anything can happen here, so it gives everybody a chance, I guess.
Right now, there's 8 points separating you and Homestead, pretty much. Is there certain guys when we came here or when we race here that you like working with, or is it just something you try to develop as the race continues that you like seeing who you like working with?
I have in the past, not by preference, but it just happens that I often end up running with Will and Eric Johnson when we're either at Talladega or Daytona. For some reason, we just end up either front to back or whatever. So, I mean, you couldn't be there for tonight, but the last few races, that's something I noticed, and we raced good. We finished well, actually, so could work out tonight too.
All right, I got a final question. How important is pit road here? I mean, how much communication goes on when you're in the car to tell drivers, trying to pit with certain drivers? Is there any communication goes on, or is it just you pull off when you think you need to?
There is, but on my part, I just try to go with other people, and since there's enough room for the pit entry, it makes it easier to not run into each other, even though some guys don't call it out and just follow the leaders when they pit. So, but I don't expect this to be an issue tonight.
All right, man, I've been pulling for you. I know you're a good driver. Let's see if you can go out there and put it in victory lane. That'd be cool to watch, and see if you can go to Homestead. Good luck.
Thank you, Adam. Have a good one.
Thanks, buddy. That was Max Terriot, the driver of the number 54 car. As you can see right now, right there's your starting grid so far for tonight. You can see they all pink as well as we're running breast cancer awareness. Most people are. Jason Wells, Eric Johnson, of course, DJ Anderson not racing tonight, but he is spotted tonight, which is why you see him went out on the track. Anyway, so we'll see how this all plays out as qualifying comes to an end. We will take a look here once guys start the grid at your grid. All right, there we go. Brian Phillips, Brandon Minto on the pole tonight, or on the front row. Tim Blum going to have a good run. We'll start in row number 2, starting third, alongside James Skelton, looking to try to cash into the Final Four as well. Currently second in points. Kevin O'Brien, Richard Murdoch, keep your eye on the 01 car, trying to get in as well. Max Harriot, we just spoke to him. Dean Heck in row number 4. Row number 5, we got Andy Lee and James Heater. Keep your eye on at 25. He may have something. Jack Wall is going to have a good run. We'll see how he does tonight. William Long in there as well in row 6. Row 7, we got Kyle Souza and Bruce Potter. Joshua Buckley in the number 2 Toyota. Leo Bordage. And that is all, I believe, that I actually see that gridded, or that has qualified anyway. So this should be interesting. You see some of the cars up front. There's the 920 car. I believe this may be he is a rookie. He's got the 9 on the side. Any numbers that you see with 900 on their name, that is to let you know that they are rookies. So, of course, you got the 39 there as well, Brian Phillips. I believe that is his first pole of the season in a very nice car. I love that paint scheme. As the pace cars should be getting ready to roll here. 65 laps around Talladega, so a fairly short race. Oh, sorry guys. Last time we raced a restrictor plate, Keith Haney was your winner. Did not advance. Chase was in the first round. He got eliminated after the first 2 races. Then Joshua Buckley was second. Jack Walsh, Joe Champ, Bruce Potter. So Bruce, not very uncommon to see him up front at a restricted plate so far this season. Let me know, guys, if you I know the cars was probably a little loud, so let me turn them down some for you all. Nose to tail all the way through this race. It's going to be fun. Behind the Ford Mustang pace car. The first time these guys have raced the Xfinity car on a super speedway since the last update, so it should be fun to see how they react to the track anyway. I don't really have a favorite. I don't think there's actually a one guy I can pick to get the win. I mean, if so, you gotta kind of go with Brian Phillips, I think. But it's so hard to pick a win or a winner to be in victory lane because so many of these guys are so good. And with Rex at Talladega, I mean, we'll go with Brian Phillips, but I just don't know how that'll work out. And I think I actually made a correction, by the way. Last time Brian Phillips raced here, it's been a while. Actually, I don't think he raced back at Daytona, I don't think. No, he finished 10th. So, I apologize. I said Bruce Potter a few minutes ago, who is back in 14. Pace car pulls in. Green flag is not till right at the start, or after through the tri-oval. And you don't want to jump early, that is for sure. And green flag is out. We are officially underway for the Talladega 65 Red Light Racing Series chase cutoff race, as we are already nose to tail, bumper to bumper throughout the entire field. The outside line didn't get the greatest start, as there's a little gap between third and I don't know what place that is back there. It looks like about 9th or 10th. Looks like Dean Heck up on that high side. It is up in the 928 car. So a little bit of a gap there between them guys as they get a little spaced out. We do got one car that is Andy Lee moving up to the high side to pick up the 928. Right now it is pretty much a bottom feeder track. Me personally, I do like the high line. This is not the only race we broadcasted at Talladega this week or last week as well. So I would not be surprised to see that high line come into play as a big factor. I'm personally think that's where the winner is going to come from. Will be that high lane. I think you're going to have to put pass on the high side. Lap 1 will be complete as we stay green at Talladega Superspeedway. Riding on board with the 910 of Tim Blum up to second. Tim basically cutting some momentum off from the outside lane. You see that outside lane, Brandon Minto. Do not be surprised if we see some guys kind of go back and forth to take away the momentum from one lane to another. Try to work the draft to the best of your advantage. Basically what these guys are doing right now is punching a hole in the air. That is why it's called draft. That's why cars are faster when they're in a draft. Basically punching a hole over in the air and making your cars pretty much become one. And you get a lot more speed and such as that. You just basically pull the other guys along behind you. Side draft also a factor, and that could actually help. And when I say side draft, it's not necessarily that it makes you faster as far as speed or miles per hour goes. It does, but what you're basically doing when you side draft, it takes some air off the spoiler, or it takes the air off the side of the car, off your side, puts it on the opponent who is beside you's rear spoiler, and it slows them down enough for you to be able to complete the pass. So the side draft does not work exactly like an entire draft that we see right now. So all it does is basically just pull you along. It does not really affect how much faster you go. It just slows the other car down when you utilize side draft. Looking back at the 94, that is Kevin O'Brien. Outside line slowly starting to come up as well. That's Richard Murdoch up in that 01. You can usually tell when cars get a little shaky. Right now the outside line looking a little bit sneaky looking. That's where danger could happen. So you see Joshua Buckley look towards the middle right here. Almost making it 3 wide. Not going to do it. He's just going to fall in behind of the 59 car, who I believe is Bruce Potter. You can see some cars weaving in and out. That's where you got to be careful. Right now, nobody really side drafting too much. Everybody just pretty much holding their own lane. I mean, we got 65 laps. It's still Talladega. It's still a long ways. So they're basically just taking their time, not trying to do too much. As they drag race down the backstretch, it's pretty much like this. Like, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not the biggest fan of plate racing because this is what happens. I mean, this is normal. It's a good thing, but I'm just not the biggest fan of plate racing until the last few laps. Then it really comes into play on everything. And then I start liking when they pit and stuff like that, because pit strategy can be huge. I'm going to be honest, once we hit that first pit stop, some of these guys are going to get spaced out. It may take a few laps for it to bunch back up. From what I've seen this past week, we should bunch back up after the first pit stop. It may take a few laps, though, if we make it that far. Go back a little bit further. Check on the 928, Dean Heck. We hop on board with the 928 Naughty Dog Chevrolet, I believe. Make sure. Ford, sorry, not Chevrolet. Everybody right now pretty much knows the tail. There is nobody currently out on track that is behind. Everybody tucked up within, wow, 8/10 of each other. So from first to 20th, 8/10 gap right now. As the third line may start to form. 25 look to the third line. Not going to do it. Andy Lee. Inside line working a little bit better right now. It's still Brian Phillips being pushed by that 9/10 car of Tim Blum. And the 94 of Kevin O'Brien. Max Terriot right now back in 6th. James Skelton 5th. Remember, Max Terriot, Tim Blum, both out of the chase. Richard Murdoch right now out of the chase as well. They're going to have a good run or need some luck to happen. Oh, almost contact right there between the 920 of Brandon Minto and the 94 of Kevin O'Brien. Good job by hanging off each other. They're pulling out of line a little bit. You see the 94 pulling up just a little bit out into the corner. That is just to get some air to the nose. He is not trying to pass or anything like that. It's just to cool off and get some air. These guys been running pretty much nose to tail. You see that 01 how tucked up he is on James Skelton. That is just to get air. If when you see them pull out like that, there's you a better shot of the draft. Of how close these guys are running. Looking back, you see the 25 of Andy Lee. Here comes a bump from the 42. Max Terriot suck it up a little bit. And I don't think he's going to get there just yet on the 94. Really cool camera view though. These guys working out of turn 4. There's your view from pit road. Let's go high above the blimp. Give you a little bit better perspective of where everybody's at. Usually the last car actually struggles a little bit. It looks like in the Xfinity car, because this is the first Xfinity race I've seen since a while. It's been a while now because I didn't run one last week. They don't have troubles. They don't struggle sucking up like they did in the past. If you're the back car. Bruce Potter's one of the back cars right now, and he's doing a good job on being able to keep the car there, not losing any spots, and just riding around right now in number 59. Like I said, we should be seeing pit stops here within the next 10 to 12 laps. You guys will be communicating over the radio. We used to actually give radio communications in our broadcast, but we've learned not to do that too much anymore. Just because of, oh, somebody got loose. That is the 94. We got to watch him come back up on track. He may be falling pretty fast here. Looks like Kevin O'Brien going to fall, going to get back up on track. He actually may have pulled out on purpose. See if we can actually get a replay of what happened. Looks like he actually fell back on purpose. Nope, Max Terriot just got to run and get back up. So, anyway, and now he's in trouble, Kevin O'Brien, because he has no draft help. So we'll see how that plays out. So yeah, that's one reason why we don't do in-car audio no more, because of some words that got said. Not with these guys. These guys haven't done it that I've heard. We haven't really been live with them as far as broadcast their voice during the race. But other leagues we broadcast, so we learned not to do that. It would be pretty cool to listen to them when they get ready to come to pit road, though. Lap 13 about to be complete already. It's been all 39. As we take a break, we'll be right back in time for pit stops right after this. Really looking forward to Rallycross once it drops on iRace. I've been looking forward to that for a while. I'm looking forward to broadcast, and I hope we can find one. Somebody actually lets us broadcast. That'd be fun, even if it's just a one-time only deal. That would be fun to watch somebody do some Rallycross in that. Anyway, back here at Talladega, got a battle for the lead. And you can see that the side drive trying to work. That is the 83 up on the outside. That is Jack Walls. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, I can use you. I will send it to you right now. And we'll get you in here as the race continues. We'll get Tyler Cox in here and get him to help us broadcast. Always better to have two people instead of one. Especially somebody like Tyler, who knows what he's doing when it comes to broadcasting. Or racing in general, especially here. Winner the other night during Go Fast Racing League at Talladega in the trucks. As that outside line, it's interesting to see if four cars can make this pass. Right now, the 83, Jack Walsh trying to get in front of the 39. And it looks like he was able to clear him just a moment ago, but he did not want to leave his teammate up there, or the pushing partner right now, the 01. It should look a little bit better. Some guys came out and worked on the internet, so it should look a little bit better. Hopefully not as laggy as what it was either for you guys. As pit stops should be happening here in just a moment. And Tyler, if you're still watching, I sent that to you on TeamSpeak. Just to let you know. outside line kind of backed off a little bit. The 83 is going to take the lead here on lap number 19. And he will leave the 01 up on the outside. Richard Murdoch going to be dropping back. And I'm sure he's not too happy about being left out, but he's going to have help now, because here comes the 39, Brian Phillips, looking to retake the lead. He's back here on 19. Don't look like he's going to be able to get this lap, but we'll see if it continues, if he keeps getting that push. Murdoch looking for a big finish tonight. Of course, this is the cutoff race for Homestead Motor Speedway for the championship round next week. These guys are actually surprising me. They're actually able to stick it out up there with only 2 cars when the bottom's got that many cars pushing on the bottom. Very surprised. Oh, that's a good question. Pit stops have begun. So we'll keep an eye on that. Tyler, make sure you head there and just click connect on the team screen. And it will connect you automatically. And if it don't, tell me. So we did have some guys on pit road. Jason Wells already off. William Long already off. See, now these guys are on pit road as well. Brandon Minto missed his pit box. Had to back up. 94. Kevin O'Brien on pit road. And here comes the rest of them. Everybody coming down at the same time. Now, how many people will take 0 tires? How many people will take 2 tires? How many people will take no tires? That's going to be a big one, because I can tell you right now, you do not have to take tires on this first stop if you choose not to. You see the guys pulling into their pit box? Down and away, Max Terriot. Looks like he took 2 tires. A lot of other 2-tire stops being taken. Tim Blum takes 4 tires on that stop. He falls back quite a few spots. We'll see how this plays out. There is other guys out there on track, by the way. You can see them right here. Jason Wells already been on pit road. As they just passed Brian Phillips when he was exiting. Alright, just hop on our team speak, Tyler. We got a caution. Who is that? 928. Dean Heck went around. Exiting pit road. Whoa, okay. Oh, got too much of the apron on the bottom. And that's what brought us caution right in front of the 2 car. I'm actually surprised the caution came out for that, honestly. Okay, that's what the caution was right there. Guys able to avoid it. We'll be right back. Right after this, guys. We'll get Tyler Cox in here as well. Welcome back, Talladega Super Speedway. Finally got Tyler Cox in here. Tyler, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Let me ask you a question. You was in a race the other night, of course, trucks, but you got an idea a little bit about how to win on super speedways. We kind of asked all the drivers this as well. How much communication, because nobody actually gave me a direct answer, but how much communication do you want to use, especially in a league race, when you're coming to pit road?
A lot of communication. Let guys know if you're going to be in the middle, if your box is close or far down pit lane. That way, just nobody gets bobbled up. I usually don't come with the big pack. I usually wait and try to guess when the smaller pack's going to come, so I don't have that problem. But
we seen you the other night. We seen you winning the trucks, using side draft a lot on the high side. Now I was sitting there interested in this because I watched these guys. By the way, Max Terrott did lead a lap, so that is an extra bonus point for the 42. But I was curious about this. We've seen a couple cars go to the high side, and only 2 or 3 was actually able to make passes using the high side alone. When there was like 6, 7 cars on the bottom, is it possible that is a normal thing to, see cars with only 3 cars on top being able to pass? Is that normal?
yeah, it's definitely normal. If you think about it, the guy behind the leader usually is on the bottom because nobody in iRacing likes to run up near the wall and run the top. So you can only hook up 2 cars at the same time, like Xfinity cars. If you bump with the third one, it gets the guy in the middle really squirrely, and it just goes south from there. So if you have 2 guys on the top line, they can constantly push. Well, there's no draft behind them, so there's no air being broken. But like the guy third in line on the bottom, if he's not leaving a hole, it creates like a weird air gap, and they actually don't gain any speed, especially because they can't side draft the guys on the top. So, like having 2 cars versus a line is, to me, more beneficial. I mean, I did it with Landon the other night in the trucks, and I did it with a guy in an official race this morning in Xfinity. So
it's pretty much, it pretty much feels the same with the trucks and these cars. I guess it kind of works the same.
Yep. Yeah, if you can get 2 cars hooked up and the guy behind you knows how to push, I mean, you can make passes pretty quickly.
Yeah, and guys, we are working a caution right now. We're on lap 25 after a single car spin. He was exiting pit road. It was Brian Phillips, I believe, in the 39. Went around, got some of the lower part of the apron. Of course, this is a progressive banking track, but he got the lower part of the apron coming out of pit road and got squirrely and went around and up on track a little bit and caused a caution. So no damage was done to any car, not even his. It was just a single car spin, which is something that normally don't really happen here too much. If you all seen the race yesterday, I'm sure you know, usually when there's a wreck, it's a big one. If you're new to racing in general, or iRacing, it's no different. Usually when there's a wreck, it's pretty big, especially at Talladega.
Especially in iRacing.
Especially at iRacing.
It's always big.
We'll see cars touch the sun sometimes. You just never know.
Yep.
I know why we're not on iRacing Live now. Me talking bad about it. So, I'm sitting here looking right now. We got more guys coming up pit road. We're thinking that once they pit, this is going to be, it's not going to be the final pit stop. They're going to have to come one more time down pit road. So, it's really interesting to see some of this stuff right now on what these guys are doing, being able to come down right now. I want to give you a little bit of information about Max Terrott, who's out front right now. Max has raced in every single race this season, has not missed a race, I don't believe. He does have actually 2 poles, is this correct? 2 poles? 2 poles this season. Average start of 5.00, average finish of 7.88, so not bad. Top 5%, most of the time he's up in the top 5, 31% of the time, not too bad. He's had 11 top 10s, 68% of the time he's in the top 10. He has completed 1,266 laps and led 93 laps. So not too bad for him, and actually some of the lowest incidences of everybody. He's got it. Well, kinda. Lowest incidence I see is actually DJ Anderson. Wow, only 2 incidents average per race. That's not bad. So there's just some stats about Max Terrott. Of course, he's going to need a good run tonight, sitting 8th right now in the points. Actually, I take that back. He's actually up a few spots from that. I believe up to, well, actually, I was going to say he's up in front of Tim, but Tim's right behind him, so they're tied. Right now, as I mentioned before, this is a elimination race. Right now, it's Jason Wells, Richard Murdoch, Tim Blum, and Max Terriot are the guys eliminated. We'll see how that all shakes out this race. I'm looking to see who the lowest runner is right now. It looks like James Skelton. I don't think he's got too much to worry about, though, because he's second points. So, whew. Yeah, did you see that rallycross? That's pretty neat, though.
Yes.
I'm not sure why they didn't add a Subaru. We spoke about it with the commercial thing, but
I'm partial to Subaru.
well, we know you are.
Maybe
Yeah,
because I own one, but
probably. What all tracks are they adding? Do you know? I've seen some more pictures of some, but I don't know what tracks they're adding.
I don't know the names of them. I don't follow Rally too heavily.
One of them was at Homestead. I think that was one of the video. It was a Homestead top track, anyway.
One was Charlotte.
One was Charlotte, you know.
They need to add Daytona.
Why not? Alright, pace car drops in. And the green flag should be getting ready to come out.
Yep, right now.
Green flag back out again here at Talladega. We had a lot of cars starting on the bottom because of they came down pit road a couple laps ago. So, whoa, Tim Blum squeezed in. That was close.
30 made a move. I think that's who it was. Yep.
You like that paint, don't you?
Yes, I do.
We ain't seen you in a Mobile 1 paint, though, in a while.
Nope.
It's been a long time since we've seen that.
The 18 is going to have help from the 83 on the high side. No sponsor on that race car. Might be down on power, but oh boy. 42 is getting real loose.
He saves it. Max Terriot, that was a big one. He's going to lose a lot of spots here.
Yeah, he'll lose the draft 100%.
Yeah. That's not what he wanted. Let's see if he had help. Did he just get
I think he had a little help. He had a little help.
9-10 running behind him. Remember, the two are in a battle for point position. That was 7 and 8.
That was calculated.
That was all part of the plan, wasn't it?
Yep. Yeah, he's going to lose a draft here unless somebody wants to fall back and pick him up. Which is not likely. So he's going to be hoping for a wreck back there.
Yeah, I don't see him anybody falling back. So, Kyle Souza going to look like he's going to take the lead. Now remember, Richard Murdoch in out 0-1, also in the chase. Trying to make the chase in like the next round of it.
Yep, they're going to be 2 by 2. Looks like quite a few rows deep, 5 or 6 rows deep. A lot of these, some of these guys just hanging out. Yeah, then Daytona. Oh yeah.
There's so much more space.
I hate Daytona.
I do too.
We ran 4 wide for a lap the other night, and
oh yeah, you go fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much more space here. I mean,
and
really,
official, and then it all went south. No.
You could.
Yeah, you could if netcode wasn't a thing.
Yeah. I don't know if you could do it in the Xfinity car.
Probably not.
That'd be tough, yeah. I've been 4 wide a couple times.
Yeah, and it's scary.
It's very scary. Usually I just push the brake. So.
Lift.
Yeah, you gotta get out of it.
What the top lane's looking to do here is run up off, and what I do is not try to side draft through the middle of the corner, but I dive it down coming out of the corner to really pinch the bottom and really drag that lead car on the bottom back. Yeah.
We kind of spoke about that at the start, or I spoke a little bit about what it does. It really don't speed you up. It just takes air off your car and puts it on those four.
Side drafting is not speeding you up. It's just slowing the other guy down with air that's pushing on the right side of his car, and these cars hate that.
And basically, drafting is making more speed. You're punching a hole in the air.
Yep.
Okay. Well, make sure I did have that correct.
Like a big old spear coming through.
Which is pretty interesting, though. Oh, 39 got somebody open.
Yeah. Who is it? The 901. He keeps pushing on the 01's right rear quarter, which could send him around if he gets up too high. You really want to hit square with the Xfinity cars because their nose is kind of
I talked to a couple of these guys before I came over here. I went up there and talked to them, and they said the same thing. You do not want to hit on the quarter panels. Nope. Left to right side. in the bumper. You really want to be square with these cars because you don't want to
Yeah.
lock bumpers at all.
Nope, you don't really even want to push in the corners at all either because it'll send you around.
Let me ask you a question. When you're trying to get air through the car, is it better to do it on a backstretch, or would you prefer to do it in a turn?
Nah, I do it on the back stretch. I just duck out a little bit.
Right. And you could go how many laps? About 10, 15?
It depends on how hard you're pushing.
Right.
If it's 5 to go, don't worry about it. Just blow it up.
Blow it up, yeah.
And the 01 got a big shot from the 901 there. He should be able to clear him. I don't know if he's going to take it or not. The 901 is going to force him down there, I think. Nope.
Look bad. And
They're both going to drop in. So who's that?
The 11? Yep.
The 11 will be leading the outside with a 64 behind him and a 39 behind him.
Jason Wells, of course, in the chase. William Logan not in the chase in the 11.
A lot of shuffling going around mid to back pack here.
This is where things get scary. Somebody trying to get too much all of a sudden, you know, about one guy going up, another guy coming down, you know.
Yep.
It's sketchy. Talladega's kind of scary anyway, honestly. I'm not a fan of these two, but it's fun when you're actually racing it, though. It's insane.
It is indeed.
Riding on board with the 11, you can see behind him a little bit of movement going on back through there. Trying to see which line is forming up the best. It kind of looks like the bottom line is starting to form up a little bit again.
Yeah, they're more tucked up, but that could hurt them eventually as well.
Well, I also asked you when you first came on, can you do it with 3 or 4 cars? We're kind of getting that idea now if you're, you know, on the high line. It does look like we've seen that a second ago when the 01 passed.
I don't like the bottom, actually, on super speedways.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. I'm not a fan of the bottom on any track.
I wish people were, like, not bottom feeders on super speedways, because I'd run right up against the wall.
Yeah, I agree.
And run single file.
You're faster, honestly, if you do.
You are, and it's harder to pass.
Yeah, with as much momentum as you carry out. And honestly, you know, if you had guys that didn't really side draft, I think you would have a lot more races. Not saying this ain't clean, because it is a clean race right now. But if we had guys run up against the wall and not really side draft, you wouldn't, even in official races, you wouldn't have as many cautions.
No.
You know, I mean,
but you have to side draft to pass.
Yeah.
I just think, like, people in NIS should run up against the wall. Yeah. But
people are impatient early, though.
Yeah, they should run up against the wall, but everybody's like, I'm going to hit the wall. Well, I'm not going to hit the wall. It'll be all right. Turn the wheel. Oh, the 901 really gave the 01 a shot there. I thought he was going to actually spin him. He was quite close, but to his left rear there.
Looking back to the field, Max Terriot unable to really do anything right now. Looks like the 94 also lost the draft. So Kevin O'Brien, Max Terriot not where he wants to be. We spoke to Max for the pre-race, and he said it is what it is. He said if he don't make the next round, he's not going to be, so he shouldn't put himself in that position. Now I can understand that. Ooh, who was that? I don't know, somebody dropped in the high side. Pretty much, you know, this is a chess match, though.
It is.
I mean, it's, you can't do
Super
a lot.
speedways is like luck. It's all about luck.
Yeah, you can't do a lot. I mean, it's all about track position and everything like that towards the end of the race. I mean, you can cover the back and the front like 2 laps, really.
You can, yeah, if you know how to make the right moves. Yep.
Exactly. And, you know, but right now I think guys kind of, you know, need to understand that there's still 30 laps to go. 30 laps to go right now. So.
About 30, yeah. It goes by pretty quick here. And I'm sure they'll be pitting within the next probably like 10 to 12 laps,
yeah,
I would think.
Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, 10 to 12 laps. We're on lap 13 right now of this run. Some guys have 11 laps on that still pitting the full run. Some guys have 13. So we should see that here soon. This will be the final stop of the race as long as we don't have another caution.
No tires and a splash of gas.
That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't take tires. We see some guys take tires. Tim Blum actually did not take tires. He actually took 4, but he came back down pit road and actually put just fuel on only.
I didn't take tires at all. The go fast race the other night.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. I wouldn't take tires either. You don't really need to, especially in a 65 lap race.
Yeah.
You don't really need to take tires. I understand if it's 100 laps or something, but in a 65 lap race, you know, you don't need to take tires. Or the NIS.
Not here.
You know, even in the NIS race, though, I didn't take tires on that, so.
Jeez 'em.
Yeah, it was just pointless. I would go on pit road, just take my gas off of it, pretty much it.
I'll try the whole race, no tires.
Yeah, you could.
And I think the 11's gonna clear the 01 there,
Like
or at least he should. He should off. He should clear him if they can stay even with him off turn 1. I would think. I know 64 laid a little too far back from him going in the corner there, and that'll allow the 11 just to fall back. And Sousa's gonna be working the bottom side of him. But the top side can really get the run going. The 64 just needs to stay a little bit more tucked up in the corners. That way,
can you side draft if you're
they
on the bottom?
You can. It's awkward to do, but you can. Yeah, it does. You when you come up off the corner, you have to. If you're the lead car, you like have to triangle the air across their bumper.
Right.
So
it's pretty
it makes it. Yeah, it's weird. Usually, guys get wrecked.
So right now we're pretty much still double file, still about 6 rows deep. Not much really happening. It's pretty much like we mentioned, just a chess match, trying to get the high side of work. Now we do got a lap car coming up, Max Terriot, which is not what he wants. Sadly, it looks like it may happen, but we'll see.
He's hoping for a wreck.
Very much.
But he might be able to hang on to the pack now. I'm not too sure. They're probably, they're about 10 to 12 miles an hour faster than he is. So they'd have to have somebody let him in.
Actually, last time by, I'm sorry, he ran a 52 last time by. Wait,
yeah, these guys are running 49s.
Wow, yeah, you're right. Good lord. Yeah, 3 seconds faster right now. For Max Terriot, or for the leaders to Max Terriot. You can see it right there. There's a really good picture of it. So they should catch him pretty easy. I don't think he'll go much of a fight. He'll probably just go to the high side and let them pass. And hope he can get the back end of this draft.
Top line's really broken up now. There's only about 4 cars up there, but that's not a bad thing. It might be smart for these guys just to single file out anyways, knowing pit stops are going to be coming here in a few laps anyways.
That's what I'm wondering. You think that some of these guys could be trying to get to the bottom just because they know pit stops? I mean, we're only 3 laps away from them being in their window to be able to make it to the end. Now, I say that, somebody jumped up to the high line.
I think Terriot should have the draft here. He's gonna look down, duck down behind. Yeah, he should be able to hang on to the back of the draft now.
Yeah, it looks like Andy Lee still got it as well, so should be good. He's just going to need a caution possibly though. Get the lucky call. William Long went from the top to the bottom that time. It looked like.
He is on the bottom now, isn't he? Nope, he's still on the top.
He went down, but then he came back up. I don't know if he did that to try to stop momentum. Either way,
could have very well have.
So after this, not this lap coming up, but the one after on lap 44, once they complete that lap or even on that lap, they should be able to make it to the end no matter what happens, as far as field knowledge goes. So we're right on the
The 11's going to get the run on the 01 going to the outside. He should be able to clear him here going through the travel. Will he dump the 64 though?
What's the
and leave him out?
Do you think it's a travel?
Yeah, on the bottom. If you're on the bottom, yeah, it's so bumpy.
Oh, really
64 going to give him another big nudge. 11 was almost clear there. All he's going to do is be able to side draft off the corner. If he was to dive down a little bit right now, get that side draft, he should be able to pull back at least even with him by the end, if not ahead of him.
It don't look like he really got close to him. I wonder if he's just being patient right now, not really wanting the side draft.
Checkers or wreckers?
Yeah, we're still waiting on the video. We have to have it happen. And I'd be surprised, honestly, if we don't. But we're pretty confident it's going to.
Very true. Well, I don't know. We didn't even go fast the other night.
That's true. Had one caution. I think it was a simple caution, too.
Yeah, it was 2 cars.
Yeah. Which is surprising. Well, actually, wait. We did have a caution. Remember at the end. Or not a caution, but a big wreck. Coming to this.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's no caution, though.
Yeah.
Don't count.
Tomorrow night, guys, we'll be at Bristol Motor Speedway, DRL Racing League, 250 laps. Of course, that's their chase race as well. We're looking forward to that. Wednesday night, I think we're actually. I think it's our
We should see some guys come down pit road this time, I would probably imagine.
Yeah, but after 21 laps, some after 23, I would expect it too, actually. Yep.
30, 18 coming, 42's coming.
Nobody else. Interesting. Them guys right there, by the way, had 23 laps of, on them tires, so.
They could have an advantage, though. They came in with a smaller group.
Guys, yeah, it very well could. And you never know, people wreck and try to get on pit road. Seen it yesterday. Jaden already decided to get killed. These guys do got another lap car up in front of them. I believe that is Kevin O'Brien, I believe it is. Should not be a problem if someone decide to pit here.
Mm-hmm. Anybody gonna peel off this time? Nope.
No. I wonder if they see the lap car. Yeah, I wonder if they see the lap car go down pit road. I wonder if that was a maybe not because they had more speed. Should see some guys start to get single file here. Well, I know for a fact that this time Richard Murdoch, Tim Blum, Jack Wells, and at least William Long and Jason Wells should be on pit road. This is their 23rd lap, so we haven't seen nobody go more than 23 laps.
Yeah, this will probably be the whole group, if not. There'll only be a couple guys left.
Guys that did pit a few minutes ago.
Yeah, if you can come in with a smaller group and get nose to tail like instantly, it's so beneficial. Oh, 901 just got punted. He'll have a speeding penalty, that's for sure.
Oh, he's in the grass, yep. And
so is it 11?
Yep, the 11. And unfortunately for Tim Blum, that may put the end of his chase hopes going. Did he actually get hit?
He did. The 910?
I think. Yeah, the 910. Yeah, he got hit from the 83. Yeah, a lot of damage on that 83 as well.
I don't know what happened to the 11. Did he just overslide pit road, or? He did.
Yeah.
Oh, he broke way late. Yeah. He locked him way up.
So this is interesting because some of these guys that already have pitted may be good. I mean, that slowed a lot of these cars down. What we just seen a few moments ago. There they go. They're about to go by now. Being led by James Heater. And the 30. As you can see them working out around these guys. And the rest of the guys, by the way, Eric Johnson, Joshua Buckley, James Skelton, Andy Lee, all on pit road. Bruce Potter there as well. I believe the 18 may actually take the lead here.
He very well could.
Richard Murdoch still getting past now.
That was the first group that came in, the 18 and the 30.
Yep.
And they are leaving that pack behind.
Now the pack's so spaced out.
Yeah, they'll have a hard time.
Yeah, it really hurt them with that pit stop with the braking early.
They're 5 miles an hour faster than the guy behind them right now, so they should be able to just absolutely crank away. He's got no help either, so.
Now the question is going to be, can they get around Joshua Buckley?
Should be able to. He's on the backstretch. They're coming with a big head of steam. It'll be close. Those guys aren't formed up, and these guys are.
I think it's a little bit about even, actually.
They're at 177.
Yeah,
These
they're
guys
not
are
quite
at
up to speed, are they?
198.
Yeah,
No,
they're not
they
up to
should
speed.
go right
Should
around
go
them, I would
around,
think.
yeah. These guys may be able to hook onto the back of them. They got a big pack behind them. Good lord.
Yep, they do. The 42 won't be able to get cleared though, and there he's gonna get left out. No, nope, he's gonna dive down in.
Remember, Joshua
So they'll get
Buckley,
all single file.
Joshua Buckley not in the chase, but does not have a win. He's looking for a win. Actually, the only one that's up front right now is this 01. Well, it's going to be interesting to see right now. The 01, we're anxious to see if he's going to make the next round or not. He's back in 6th right now, so I don't know if he will or not at the moment. We'll have to wait and see.
Restrictor plate tracks are a really good track if you're not like super
really
great. But anybody can win at restrictor plates. Don't take a whole lot, just a lot of luck.
Yeah, honestly, if I'm on the outside looking in on the last round, why not go to a restrictor plate? You know what I mean? Like, I'd be looking forward to it.
Yep.
Because, that could, pretty much like Ricky Stenhouse, for example. He didn't make the chase, but, the next round. But, hey, he had a good chance. All right, guys, we're going to take our final break. We'll be right back right after this. Oh boy, it's shaping up to be a good one. 3 wide for the lead. The 86, the 39, and the 01 out front. I don't know, Tyler, which one has the most advantage right now?
The top line all the way up against the wall.
Like it. Yeah, it looks like it. Being pushed by Joshua Buckley, the 86, James Skelton. Trying to make it into the next round.
Oh boy, he tried to squeeze down, and that was not happening right there.
We're going to see it.
I got a feeling we're going to see it quite soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
39's got no help, but he's doing something impressive. He's able to hang on right there.
And how much air is actually moving that car around too? That's what's impressive.
A lot, because he's in the middle. He's got a car. He's got no air on either side of his car.
That's not good.
I think he kind of was like, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I think he may have lifted. I don't blame him. You can't blame him at all.
No, I would have done the same thing. I don't know who's pushing in. That 59 is giving a pretty good shot up through the middle right now, though, to keep him there. He's just gonna ditch him too. The old 39's getting.
Everybody's leaving him out, man. Brian Phillips, who started on the pole, he's gonna have some help now. Oh man.
Oh boy, these guys are getting some diciness. 86 did take the lead. That really screwed over the top line there. He was really leading it. He just worried about him and the 2 of Joshua Buckley to get by, and that's all she wrote. That explains it.
Yep. Eric Johnson also. He's a sleeper, I think, that has a chance to really win a race. It's really tough to see if he's able to do it.
Guys up on the top line keep darting around for some reason. I think the guy pushing the 30, is it pushing the 39? Is that who he's pushing? Nope, guy pushing the 33.
Oh, there they go.
We got a big one. Here she goes.
And
yep, everybody's dead.
Everybody's dead, yep. nobody's making it out alive.
Oh boy, what a hit.
There it was.
And that one went south.
Bruce Potter involved. I don't even know how many he's involved in
Two
this one.
spun him. Two
Looks like it.
hit him in the left rear. Hold on, we got 1, 2. Everybody's got damage.
I think so. I think everybody but one car.
Everybody, nope. The guy that made it
25
through.
made it.
He.
He's got damage.
Yeah, he's got rear end damage.
Everybody's got damage.
Yep. Nobody
Wow.
came out without damage.
Well,
All right.
Max Terriot, if he made it through this somehow.
He'll be the only one with no damage.
Actually, I think he made it through.
Good win.
Max Terriot makes it. I think they got a fast repair. Let's ride on board with Max Terriot.
Yep, he made it through that. Right, he stopped.
Wow, that's scary. That's a big crack, man.
The old 39 of Mr. Brian Phillips, he went for a little bit of a ride there.
Yes, he did. So, I'm trying to see. Eric Johnson's out on track. He's got a ton of damage. Andy Lee's behind him. He's got damage.
Who else? Who else went for a good ride?
I think everybody was
the
involved besides
59.
Yeah, everybody was involved besides Kevin O'Brien and Max Terriot. But we know Max Terriot's going to get the lucky dog, or should get the lucky dog. He was the first one to lap down. Wow. Well, that was unexpected.
Clunkers or junkers?
We'll be right back. It was going to be our final call or commercial, but we'll be right back right after this. We'll let everything get sorted out. Welcome back to Talladega. Well, I can tell you this: next flag most likely going to end it. It looks like we're about to double them up here, so not necessarily next flag end it. We'll see. I do got a feeling things are about to get a little bit more crazy than what we just seen on that last restart. So, caution flag is out. We are double them up so far. Here's your race summary. 20 lead changes so far. 2 cautions for what will be 7 laps. 57 laps complete. 8 laps remain. Should be fun for these guys. We'll see how it works out. We was talking underneath the break. Max Terriot, one lucky guy, does have a chance to make it to the Final Four.
He's gonna win.
He may do it.
That's my pick.
He may do it. He was lucky enough to get through that wreck. I'm gonna be honest, these guys wreck again. We was talking about it. All their fast repairs are used. Max Terriot got one. So a lot of these guys will have to wait and see.
Talk about a bonus.
Yeah, right. He's happy he went a lap down. I'm gonna be surprised. I'm surprised he made it through it. I'm honest with you, because that happened right in front of him. Usually you have nowhere to go here, especially when you're that close.
Oh, if these guys didn't have a fast repair, he'd won the race by now.
Easily. Yeah, easily. I mean, he would leave them.
They need that in real life. Fast repairs. We need one for our super late.
Just pull out the extra backup car and just switch cars.
Click the fast repair button.
That's all they need is just park the car behind our pit box.
Yep.
The backup car. Just hop in it, go on.
Uh-huh.
Although some super late teams might not have backup cars that makes up. I'm sure they probably do though.
They do. There's
for as
guys
much
that
as
come
it's
up here
done.
with these big NASCAR haulers that's got 2 or 3 super lates in there.
That's insane.
Us, we just have one. And we don't need no backup
As much as they cost.
because we can't afford them.
Where's Max Terriot starting on the back? I see back
12.
there. Yep. I see
11.
back there. He does got lap cars in front of him too, but should be okay. As the pace car pulls down pit road, the 30 going to go in and serve a black flag. It looks like Kyle Souza. So looks like this could be the last restart of the night.
Uh-huh. Green's out.
Flags back out in the air.
Got the...
Max Terriot may be in trouble. Back there in that second group.
He should be fine.
Yeah, they should be. It takes about a full lap to get up to speed anyway.
It does. I think he's waiting for another big wreck, to be honest with you.
Maybe. Meanwhile, up front, 64 Jason Wells needs a good finish to make it to the next round. And right now, he is in the next round, no matter what happens. As
Oh, one's going down pit road.
I wonder if that's a black flag.
I think so.
Yeah. And that's not good for him because that may end his chance at a championship. So, yeah, speaking, it looks like right now James Heater, which may not make the next round, he's going to need a big finish. He needs a caution to come out to get the lucky dog. And honestly, I don't think it matters anyway. If caution comes out, you know, we'll have to wait and see how many cars it takes out. But right now, Jason Wells into the next round, it looks like. If he wins anyway, he's definitely into the next round. But of course, Tim Blum's going to need a good run. He may have a chance at that.
Yeah, and there's only
Somebody
2
got
cars
walled.
wrecking the top, which is surprising. Somebody's going down pit road, too.
Yeah, I've seen that 928 car, Dean Heck, looks like going down pit road. From 9th position. I bet that was a black flag as well. Max Terriot did catch up, by the way, so we'll see.
I don't know. He ain't making very many moves. Try to get up to the front.
Points are going to be so big in this race right now because depending on what Max does, this could be huge. With James Skelton, or James Heater, I mean, having some trouble. 11th or 12th right now. Could be big. Of course, if caution comes out, could be big for everybody.
It would be. These guys aren't racing very hard,
Whoa!
though.
Almost a wreck behind him. Max Terry almost got into the 39. Yeah, I'm actually surprised. The restart's a little bit more calm than what we've seen the last time. Got a small breakaway right here between 6 cars. Two on the high side, 4 on the bottom.
Yeah.
That high side looks like it's trying to group up behind them, though, with Andy Lee and the 86 of James Hill.
Indeed. Now they're going to have 2 lap cars here. Okay, this is going to get dicey.
Yeah, this is going to be bad.
Woo!
I don't know what he was doing.
I don't. Okay. Talk about slowing every lane down.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually seen it coming or what it was.
Here comes Matt Terriault and the Kyle Larson number 42 on the inside.
We got a battle for the lead.
He's pushing James Buckley, which is a lap down. Or Joshua, yep, there you go. That's it. That's the one. 3 wide.
James Skelton, though, that's probably who he was looking at, 86 right in front of him.
Yep.
Yep, 3 wide. Looks like the 9-10 Blunt going to have a good run tonight. Going to get shuffled out. We've seen this work last time for one car, though.
39.
Yeah, that's what it was. But it looks like it's not going to work so great for him.
Max Terriault sticking with the 2. I don't know if that's a move I would be personally doing.
He knows he's in front of the 2. Yeah, and right now in the points, he knows that he's in front of him position-wise as well.
Is he in now, or?
Max Terriault? No. It all depends on really how they finish. I mean, you're going to have to try something, that's for sure. So, I mean, I don't know. And it looks like...
Coming down to 2 to go this time by... Going to be 2 cars on the outside, 2 cars on the inside, battle for the lead.
Eric Johnson took the lead that lap. He did lead the lap.
Any of these guys, 3rd, 4th, 5th on back, need to start making their move now if they want to go. There's no more riding on the bottom and hoping people wreck. It's time to go.
Eric Johnson, just to let you all know, was last season's Talladega winner. So he's looking to go back-to-back at Talladega. Does not have a win this season, though, and is 3rd in points. So he's looking for a big win. By the way, that 18 you see is 1 lap down. The 18 was actually pushing the 33. These guys right here behind them really need to figure out what they're going to do. White flag this time.
Terriault going to squeeze. There's going to be a wreck.
Caution may not come out. Big wreck behind him. We're going to stay with the lead pack. That was a big one. I can tell you, Max Terriault.
What's in it?
Was in it, yep.
Caused it.
Yeah, I believe so. So, the battle's going to be up front. It looks like Eric Johnson may have this one won. Nobody else jumping out of line behind him. He's being pushed by the 18, who is 1 lap down. Some of these guys may actually lose. Well, no, they won't lose a spot, I don't think, too. 64 jumps out of line.
To the outside.
This is going to get good. Oh, man, there we go. 33 comes up the block. And winner going to be, I don't know, Eric Johnson.
The 18.
Eric Johnson wins by like a nose over the 9-10 of Tim Blum. Wow. One last look at the finish. Here they come to the start-finish line. You'll see Tim Blum actually drop below the yellow. I think that would be illegal if actually pass was completed.
Is that called an iRacing?
Not really sure. But your winner is going to be Eric Johnson. Picks up his 1st win of the season. And back-to-back wins at Talladega. Winner last season. Winner this season. Good job for him. Moves him in. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him as he was 7th in points. I will try to get the updated points while we do the interviews. As we watch the Eric Johnson. Tyler, I'll go right back. I'm going to go do the interview. What a big win for Eric Johnson, though. I mean, shout out to him. Really good job. Hey, Eric, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, man, you won Talladega last season. You come in here third in points, and we had an idea you would make it into the next round. Now you definitely solidified that with the win for sure at Talladega. First win of the season, man. Talk us through them last few laps.
Yeah, I made the last few laps, I was holding my breath, and I was trying to find the right partner. And I was working with James yesterday in practice, and he got right behind me, so I knew what to do, and he pushed me to the front and was able to take the right at the line. I had to throw the block on the high line coming, but it worked.
You had to start way back in the 17th. Was that by design, or was that just something that happened in qualifying? Talk us through. I mean, I'm sure you was faster to start up front, so was that just by design that you wanted to start back further than what you qualified?
Yeah, I didn't even put a qualifying lap in. I want to start in the back, stay out of trouble. I had a penalty. I forgot to turn on my fuel, so I had to come back in. I almost ran out of gas there and had to start at the rear end and work my way back up.
That's a big win, man, knowing that you're locked into Homestead, the Final Four. How do you feel about going to Homestead? Will we be able to call you champion at the end of next week?
I think so. I like that track a lot, so it's one of my better ones, so hope we can take it.
I told you last time I talked to you that everybody was kind of sleeping on you a little bit, and I told you last time I talked to you that nobody was sleeping on you no more. Well, you definitely made a statement here tonight, so a big win, and go see if you can pull that championship in, man. Congratulations. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just Redlight and you guys. Thanks, Adam.
Good job, buddy. Thank you. Big win for Eric, no matter how you look at it. We're going to pull in second place, Tim Blum. Tim, you got me?
Hey, Adam, yeah.
Hey, man. Well, we don't know the points yet. I'm still waiting on Josh to get back to me. It's going to be interesting to see where you shake up in the point standings because we had a lot of guys that in front of you actually finished behind you. So this is going to be interesting. Talk us through the last lap, man. You almost pulled it off. Anything you could have done a little bit different? I mean, it was so tough with the wreck that happened early on, in that last part of that run. A wreck happened, of course, in turn one. Anything you could have done a little bit different, maybe pulling out a line a little bit earlier or anything?
No, I think I lost my shot when I got to the outside when there were those lap cars on the backstretch, and then I thought Eric was going to push me, and he ended up winning because he went 3 wide. So that was the move to make, and Eric made it.
Like I said, we don't know for sure points. I'm still waiting on Josh to update it, so I'm probably sure that I don't know if I can tell you because I don't know yet exactly either. But let me ask you a question. Tonight was a unique race. It was different. You seemed like you had one of the fastest cars on night. Was there certain guys that you was working with that you wanted to work with in the race?
No, not really. I was trying to bide my time. I was in second a lot, and I didn't get a lap lead, which hurt me in the points. But I was really just trying to stay in second on that inside and see if I could jump out to the high line for the pass at the end, but just didn't work out.
All right, man. Well, we'll find out the points here soon. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my niece, Ainsley. I think she's watching at home. I think my sister, my wife, my dad. So love you guys, and see you next week.
Good job, buddy, and go to her see if you can get a win. Thanks, man. Next up, let's bring in Jason Wells, if he's in here. There he is. Hey, Jason, you got me?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Well, I got some good news for you. It looks like you made the Final Four. I was sitting here looking at the updated points. You did make Homestead by 3 points over Tim Blum, so that's got to be somewhat of a relief for you. Because coming in here tonight, you was actually on the outside looking in. So what's that mean for you able to get into the chase? Is that a momentum knowing that you got into the Homestead? Do you think you can go there and win it?
I don't know. I was really looking past just getting past this race. I thought my championship was over after Martinsville, but hell, I'll take it. Third place tonight. So looking forward to next week.
Yeah, coming in, by the way, James here lost 2 spots, so that's one reason why you was, able to jump Tim as well. But, going to Homestead next week, we know that place is tough, and with the guys that you're facing, DJ Anderson, Eric Johnson, James Skelton, and then yourself, how do you rank yourself amongst them? Do you think that you can go out there and beat them 4? I mean, we know DJ's fairly good. We know Eric's good. He won tonight, and James as well. Where do you rank yourself amongst them top 3 guys that I just mentioned?
Actually, I thought James Heater, the one that didn't make it, he was probably the one to beat. I thought he was actually on a lead lap in the race. That's why I kept waiting for him to pull out. I was going to try to push him because I figured a second place would get me into the championship. But I think James, Skelton, and Eric might be really tough to beat next week.
I know you're sitting there looking at, a lot of people may be a little bit surprised that you got into the chase, but honestly, I'm not. You got to win this season. 3 top 5s, and honestly, you've done really good. Your incident limit's a lot lower than most people, so you never know. And Homestead's one of the places that, it's anybody's race, really. Let's be honest. Anybody can go there and try to learn the track and win. So, congratulations, you making the chase. I know that's big for you. And anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Just you guys, you all are doing a good job. I enjoy watching the races the night after and learning some things. So thank you guys for what you do.
Thanks a lot, man. And we'll talk to you next week. Go out there and see if you can get the championship.
There you go. I'm going to start practicing tomorrow.
Thanks, buddy. All right, first off, let's get a look at your results. And while we popped them up, I do want to explain. Tim Blum actually was 3 points short. Even though he finished second, Jason finished right behind him. If Jason would have finished 3 spots lower, it would have been Tim that got in. You got to feel for Tim a little bit. 7 top 5s on the season. But that's the way it works. Jason has done a good job during the chase. 3 top 5s and during the chase, and he was able to make it. And you just never know. All you need is a shot. So we'll see come next week. But it is DJ Anderson, Eric Johnson, James Skelton, and Jason Wells your final 4 for next week in the chase. There's your results on the page. My thoughts on the race, fantastic. Couldn't have really been much better. It was an exciting race, as always. 21 lead changes, 2 cautions for 8 laps. Great race. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We'll talk to y'all tomorrow night for the DRL Racing League from Bristol. Flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. New Hampshire, once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day